Here's a handy little video on how to set up your science notebook. As promised, here's a video on how to complete your science notebook. So I'm going to go through a couple of things in order to help you get an A on your science notebook check next week. First thing I'm going to go through is the basic setup of your science notebook. Alright kids, here's Miss Thomas's notebook for this year. We're going to go through how to set it up just to make sure you have everything you need to get that A next week. Like any good book, the first page of my notebook is a table of contents. So if we zoom in here and look at my table of contents, there are three important parts to the table of contents. First, the date. It is important that you put the date for each of your items. This way you know when you completed something and if you were absent and if you missed it. The second thing is the item. This is where I list everything that I'm putting into my notebook. And the third thing is the page number. That's how I'm going to find everything. Now, we added some things to today's notebook by today's date. So I'm going to go ahead and write those in now. Today was the 9th. And to our notebook today, we actually added the centers paper for Unit 1. For me, that's going on page 20. And then, because I don't keep a folder, I only keep my science notebook, I'm going to list the 3 centers activities because I'm going to go ahead and attach those into my notebook. The first activity was the lab. So the tools, lab data sheet. That's going to go on page 21. The next thing was group B, and they did page 15 from the book. That's going to go on 22. And group C did the vocabulary menu. So I'm going to do vocabulary activity. Depending upon what you did for your vocabulary activity, they were all different. Remember, you could choose that activity in class today. Well, I'm going to go ahead and add those items from class today to my notebook. So I'll be right back and gather all those items.
2,000 years later.
Okay, now that I have all these papers, let's go ahead and attach them into our notebook. The first thing we have to do is figure out which page everything goes on. So I'm going to start with my center station handout. That goes on page 20. So let me turn to page 20 of my notebook. Uh-oh. It looks like I stopped numbering at page 19. So I'm going to go ahead and number page 20, which is going to go on the back of page 19. Now, some of you guys are a little bit confused about some of the past stuff that has gone into our notebook. So if you are caught up to date and understand your notebook, go ahead and stop the video now. But if you're confused about some of the past stuff, keep paying attention. I'm going to go through every single page that's in my science notebook just to make sure that you understand now. So let's get started. My notebook begins with, of course, the table of contents. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on my table of contents so you can see it. All right, and all the items that I have here and all of these items. Now, I have a master table of contents in class, so you're going to want to take a picture of that if you can't see this chart. Now, I will take a picture of this and upload this to Canvas as well. The first page is my procedure notes. The second page should be my safety notes. That's missing from mine, so I'll have to get an extra one. The third page is my lab safety rules. The fourth and fifth page are my warm-ups from the second week of school, warm-up week 2. I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Warm-up word of the day. This is for week 2 also. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Looks like I'm getting all 10 of my points for those items when Miss Thomas checks my notebook. Page 6 is the Unit 1 scavenger hunt. Remember, in order to do the vocabulary activity, you needed all 10 of these words to that vocabulary activity. Page 7 is the scientific investigation notes. We did those in class together. It looks like this page is coming up. I'm just going to grab a glue stick and put a little more glue here so I don't lose this page. Page 8 is that types of investigation chart. Some of you guys are missing this assignment, so if you need an extra copy, let me know. Page 9, Pluto as a planet. This was the exciting article we read in class about how Pluto used to be a planet. What goes on page 10 and 11? Let me check my table of contents. It looks like it's all the work from the substitute. That was 4 pages of work. I'm still grading all that. That was a lot of work you guys did. Thanks for getting all that done. So I'm going to glue in all 4 of those items once I get them. Doesn't hurt to have it. Page 14 and 15. Look at that. Words of the day for weeks 3 and warm-ups for weeks 3. It looks like I'm missing Fridays. Let me go ahead and add Fridays. Friday talked about what were the safety lab procedures. What are the safety procedures for today's lab? And the word of the day was measurement. Now, I've stopped defining them, and I'm not going to define them anymore. It is your responsibility to get those definitions in class from now on. Let's see what's on page 16 and 17. Page 16. Looks like we added our science technology info sheet. This is where you wrote down your Canvas login, your Schoology login if you were able to set that up, how to get to Pinnacle, and your assigned laptop number in class. Page 17 was the tools practical. Remember that video on YouTube that you guys watched? That's where this goes. Page 18 is the theory versus law notes. Some classes are actually missing this assignment. You know what I'll do? I'm going to put up the answers to this worksheet so you guys have it. Page 19 was the theory versus law homework. Okay, you had to use pages 8 and 9 of your textbook to fill in all of these. I think some of you guys are missing that one too, so hopefully it's going to be in there when I check this notebook. And I added these today. Page 20, Quest Stations. 21, Lab Tools Practical. Now, don't forget to get my signature every time you complete some of those lab tools. 22, page 15, and 23 is the vocabulary menu. Now,